Jorge Martin pulled the pin over the last 2 laps to take victory at Round 8, the Moto3 Dutch Grand Prix at Assen. The Conca Gresini pole sitter charged away at the start lights only to be reeled back in by Aron Canet, with a 5-way battle then lasting for almost the entire race. Martin was patient in the group, fighting against his injuries following a crash earlier in the weekend and timed his brake to perfection as the wind picked up, making conditions trickier in the final laps. By the checkered flag, the Spaniard was clear, winning by a gap of 0.665s to become the first Moto3 rider to win from pole at Assen. His 4th win this season was finally enough to return him to the top of the championship standings with a tally of 105 points, but just 2 ahead of Marco Bezzecchi, who crashed out on the final lap. Aron Canet's return to form saw him claim 2nd at the line at the track where he won last year for Estrella Galicia 0-0, pipping Enya Bastianini, who had to settle for 3rd with his Leopard team, completing an all-Honda podium. Bezzecchi was not the only rider to fall in the closing stages, with John McPhee also exiting from the lead group on the penultimate lap. They were the only riders to crash out of the race. 10 seconds later the chasing group arrived at the finish with rookie Jam Majid pushing his way up to 4th for Bester Capital Dubai, the top KTM finisher. He overtook longtime leader of the group Jakub Kornfeil, who did well to rise to the front after receiving a 12th-place grid penalty, but the Czech rider was still pleased with his 5th, a good result for Redox Prustolp on the day their other rider lost the championship lead with a fall. Lorenzo Dalla Porta, Leopard, edged out Darren Binder, Red Bull KTM Aho, at the line for 6th and 7th respectively, with Gabriel Rodrigo not far behind in 8th for RBA. Gresini's Fabio Di Gianantonio was next to see the checkered flag in 9th, being stuck in the 2nd group after the leaders broke on lap 2 sees him slip to 3rd in the overall standings. Marcos Ramirez completed the top 10 for Bester Capital Dubai after his time penalty for cutting the chicane was applied. Nicolo Balaga sat 3rd on the grid, but a poor start saw him drop down to 11th by the first corner. The Sky Racing VR46 man dropped lower still before rallying back for 11th. His teammate, Dennis Foggia, recorded a 12th place finish against the odds. The Italian rookie received a 12th place penalty before the race and a time penalty in the race for cutting the corner at the chicane. Tatsuki Suzuki finished 13th for SIC 58 Squadra course. The remaining points on offer went to more riders who saw sanctions before the race. Albert Arenas was penalized for his actions in Catalunya but fought back for 14th for the Angel Nieto team, while Nico Antonelli was another rider who gained a time penalty in the race, along with Philip Odell and Alonso Lopez, on his way to 15th on the second 6 Squadra course entry. Iogura Asia Talent Team was the best of the wildcard entries in 23rd, while home rider Ryan van de Lagemotte Lamotec Lagemotte Racing was lapped by the leaders in the closing stages and finished last.